Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's episode of The Fishing Teacher, and really appreciate you guys taking some time out of your day to check the video out today. And we're going to be talking about painted bladed spinnerbaits today. This is one of my favorite lures to fish. They've been around for a long time. You don't hear much about them anymore, but when you get the right set of conditions, these things will outproduce any other spinnerbait as far as the typical silver and golds like you've never seen before. So we're going to talk about it because there's really a lot of situations that these things work. It's not limited to just one type of condition. So we're going to get into that in today's episode. Also, guys, anyone out there interested in booking an on-the-water lesson with me before we get started, all you have to do is go to my Facebook page, Randy Blaukat Professional Angler, and shoot me a private message for details there. And also, guys, please consider hitting that subscribe button here to The Fishing Teacher if you like the content. We're really trying hard to get to 20,000 subscribers, and a big thank you from me and my family if you hit that subscribe button here. Okay, guys, these painted spinnerbait blades have been around for a long time, and they're sort of like a niche type deal. They haven't really caught on with the general public, but the people that use them love them. It's like everybody I know that fishes a painted bladed spinnerbait, they sort of like consider it their little, it's not that it's a secret, but it's like a little bit of a secret deal because you don't hear much about it. So what I want to do in today's video is I sort of want to go over, scenarios and situations where you want to try these painted bladed spinnerbaits. Now, first of all, I wish that I could tell you it's like they work in this situation, and that situation, and this situation. But it's like a lot of stuff in bass fishing, you have to try it to see if it's going to work. I mean, there can be a lot of scenarios that these things can possibly work, but, unless you try them, you'll never know. I literally caught bass on painted bladed spinnerbaits in water visibility of anywhere between 3 inches of visibility to over 10 foot of visibility, and everything in between. A lot of it has to do with the wind and the light intensity as far as the cloud cover. But what I wanted to do today in the video is I sort of want to explain to you the set of conditions that I go to these things when I really want to try them here. So first of all, let's talk about the spinnerbait itself. Also, guys, I will link in my Tackle Warehouse link in the description of this video, a link to some painted spinnerbait blades, painted spinnerbaits. So if you guys want to try some, you guys use those links. It's a good way to get you some good deals and help the channel at the same time. But there's two primary setups that I use. Both of them are double willows like this, and one is a solid chartreuse one, and the other one that I use is a mix. It's a combination of chartreuse and white. Sometimes, occasionally, I'll use double white under some situations. So these are my two primary colors right here. Now, how I determine this, it has a lot to do with the species of bass I'm fishing and the time of the year. This is my favorite setup, guys. If you want to go buy some, try to the most, versatile color as far as the painted blades are getting one that's got one that's got a white and one that's got a chartreuse. The way these things look when they come through the water, now this one's got copper on the back of it, but most of the ones out there are just solid chartreuse or solid white. The way the blend of this white and chartreuse coming through the water like that, it really looks good in the water. It doesn't really resemble anything, but the bass really like it. So if you're fishing for largemouth bass, this is my favorite color setup right here. Now, when I'm fishing the white and chartreuse bladed spinnerbait, I'm usually using a white and chartreuse skirt on it with a white trailer. And this is my dirty water spinnerbait. It's like, this is the color that I'm going to use in water visibilities of, say, less than 1.5 feet. This is when it's going to be the best. And on top of that, a painted bladed spinnerbait in that shallow is really good around very shallow targets, very shallow cover. So it's bank fishing 101. It's like you get into areas that have water visibility of less than 1.5 feet, just go down there and pick apart anything that you can find in less than like 3 foot of water. Lay down stumps, corners of docks, lily pads, grass, whatever your lake has in it. And just fish this thing barely out of sight. You want to, most of the time, since the water's dirty, the bait's not going to be that deep because it's dirt. The water's dirty, but you basically want to fish this spinnerbait setup just to the point where it's just out of sight. And most of the time, I'm using a 3/8 to 1/2. That's sort of my favorite situation with that. Also, if you do have water visibility that is closer to 1.5 feet versus closer to like less than 1 foot, it really helps if you have some type of a cloud cover. If you have muddy water, like that water visibility between like, say, 3 inches of visibility to 10 inches of visibility, you can catch them on sun or whatever. But if that water visibility is greater and closer to like a 1.5 foot in visibility, it really helps to have some wind and clouds to get those fish to bite with it. Most of the time I'm fishing it on 20-pound test Seaguar and VizX line, some type of 7-foot medium heavy bait cast rod. Now the other combo, the double chartreuse like this is the one that I use in clear water for smallmouth fishing. A lot of people that fish for smallmouths, this is no secret, but if you have a lake that has a lot of smallmouth in it and you have water visibilities of over 3 or 4 foot, especially all those lakes up in the Great Lakes like Champlain and St. Clair and Mille Lacs and all that, take this double-bladed chartreuse spinnerbait and guys, just wake it just under the surface on the flats. So you can get out there on those big rock flats and the conditions don't really matter. I've caught them on no wind, windy, sunny, cloudy, whatever. Throw it out there and just burn it like that far under the surface. You don't want to break the blades on the surface with it, but throw it just under the surface and reel it fast. Stop and go retrieve. So this thing's coming through the water just real fast like that. And it pulls those smallmouth from a tremendous distance on those flats to hit the spinnerbait. And you talk about a fun way to fish. It's like my buddy Danny Correa got me started on this, man, 35 years ago. When you're reeling that chartreuse spinnerbait through the water, it looks like a banana coming through the water, and all of a sudden you see this big brown bomb come out of nowhere and just clobber it. It's a super fun way to fish. I would rate burning a chartreuse bladed spinnerbait in clear water for smallmouth as one of my top 3 techniques as far as just exciting bass fishing. You can't imagine it. I tell you one thing, guys, if you ever get the chance, try to go to like the St. Lawrence River up on the eastern side of Lake Ontario, or the northern end of Lake Champlain, or Lake St. Clair in the summer or the fall, and wake these chartreuse spinnerbaits up there. It's a just incredible experience in bass fishing. But anyway, guys, I just want to throw that in there. If I could give you one piece of advice, guys, you got murky, dirty water, get you some white and chartreuse blades there. Link in the description of the video to my Tackle Warehouse link where you can get these, and hope it helps you guys catch some good ones. So we'll talk later.